did you fight that was a friend of yours and you had to go in there and kill him?
This is business. Yeah. If that was my mother, I have to decimate her as well. Yeah. This is business.
I love you, man. I just love being with you.
Well, I love being with you as well.
Yeah.
It's both ways.
Yeah, I know. And I feel that from you. So, how many of you have been a fan of Mike Tyson for years?
Oh, God.
How did you do that, dude? Do you know, what did you do? What did you do to create, because everybody loves Mike Tyson.
I died in front of people many of times. And it appears that I resurrected myself, I guess.
So talk to me about how do you die and then resurrect yourself?
Well,
because everybody needs to know how to do that.
Well, it starts off like this. You lose everything. Everybody you loved, everybody you thought you loved, and you start all over again. But this time, I'm starting with experience. Before I had no experience, so everything was like, wow, what can I say? It was really difficult. And I had to learn through that experience to start over. But now it's a whole different subject. I'm experienced now.
So Mike, would you say, you look good, man.
Yeah,
does he look good or what?
Too.
How old are you, Mike?
I'm 58.
58.
And June 30th, I'll be 58.
58. You look great, dude.
I feel great.
You look great.
I feel great.
Don't argue with me.
Well, it's the truth. I'm trying to elaborate the truth with you.
So, what was your first success? When did you have the first successes where Mike was like, shit, I could be something?
When I first met my mentor, Cus D'Amato, when I was 13 years old. Yes. All day. Catskill brain basher all day.
So you met him and
yes.
Kiki, I didn't want to bring it up that soon.
Yes, I met him, and he told me he summoned me. In which, by looking at all the episodes that happened in my life, I think he was right. He did summon me from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Yeah.
And where was your mom and dad? I don't know the early story of Mike Tyson.
Oh, you want to learn that?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn. My family was in the sex industry. Okay, so I've seen a lot of sex in my life. I've seen my mother have sex with me in the bed. Every time I came in the house, somebody was having sex, and they were high and drunk. So that's the world I come from, and violence as well. So that's where I came from. I was arrested probably 30 times by the time I was 13. I was a violent kid. I did really bad things that I'm really not proud about, but I call it survival. And I met this gentleman, this Italian man. If he heard me say that, he would kill me. So, I just never met a person like that. He was more like a Roman emperor than just a boxing trainer, and he picked out all the best qualities in myself, and he taught me how to love myself.
And so, he was like a dad then, right?
Big time. He adopted me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he adopted me when I was 16, I think.
Yeah,
18.
so I lost my dad when I was 10. By the time I was 13, I was in trouble. And I actually asked ChatGPT today, I said, what does Mike Tyson and Grant Cardone have in common? Resilience and overcoming difficult early lives. Both faced significant challenges during their childhoods. I would say yours were much greater than mine.
Well, that's relevant. It's the feeling behind it. Somebody could lose a fight and get knocked out, obliterated, and somebody could lose a basketball game. It's the same feeling. We failed.
Yeah, we failed. And so, when you fail, what does that feel like to you?
I can't wait to have another match similar and revenge myself.
You do want to?
Yeah, all the time. So
I was watching you backstage, and you remember that thing that says "Success is your duty."
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Because I've heard you talk about whether it's important or not important. Like you've gone through different cycles in your life where you're like, I want it and I don't want it. I don't need it.
Well, let me just say this. I would, and this will answer all those questions. I'd rather have a few years of glory than a lifetime of obscurity. Yeah. I'd rather die 20 than live to be 60 and be nobody.
Yeah. So you like the glory. You want the glory.
I was born for this. I was just born for this. I think I'm Alexander the Great in another life. Yeah.
You think you were what in another life?
I think I'm Alexander the Great in another life, yeah.
Yeah. He was a bad dude.
Well, he was smart. He was smart and clever. That's what made him bad, because he wasn't a big guy, he was a little guy, and but he was a leader. He made people follow him, you know, to their death, and that's a leader.
So, Cus saw what in you?
He told me he saw the willpower, determination. I just had to bring it out, and he needed to show me discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it. And that was the message, and I learned from him.
So the training. Did you want to do the training, or you?
I love training.
Yeah.
I would train the whole day. I wouldn't eat food because I was overweight back then. I used to see the fighters on the scale, the guys in the 20s, the 70s, and they'd get on the scale and they're ripped. If they breathe and you see every if they go like this, you see every muscle in their body. And that, I say, I want to be like those guys. I want to be like that. I want people to look at me and say, hey, he's beautiful.
Well, and you got there, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, when you see those old tapes of you, 20 years old, 18, 19, 20 years old, what do you see?
I made a lot of mistakes.
You did?
Yeah, that they couldn't capitalize on.
You saw the mistakes you were making, but they didn't see them.
No.
Well, like what?
I may drop my hand when I punch a little bit or something like that. I may just come in without jabbing and moving my head.
But dude, you were like undefeated for how long?
Well, you could be undefeated, but that don't mean you're the best.
Right. But you were the best.
It appeared to be, yeah.
You appeared to be.
Yes.
But goddamn, he was the best. Look, here's a guy that was the best, and he's saying no. It appeared to be the best.
Well, listen.
Let me
say that these are business individuals, right? Yeah. These guys are very successful. A lot of these guys believe they're better than anybody in their firm or something. But deep down inside, you ask them who's the best, and they won't say themselves. If they're honest, deep down inside, they won't. Well, no, he's the best.
Wow. First fight you lost, where you were like, okay, this is a problem.
No, it wasn't a problem. It's like you having a bad day up here. Same thing. I just get beat up. I get black eyes and busting cuts. But it's the same feeling. We go home with some kind of, how can I revenge myself? How can I take myself to a higher level of success and make everyone jealous of me? Because that's just what it is. Even if you don't want them to be, they're going to be jealous of you. Your family members, your best friends. And I'm like Voltaire. God, I can handle my enemies. Save me from my family and friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, real talk.
100%. Because, so why do you like knowing who the enemy is, and why is that easier for you to deal with it than the people that are close to you?
No, I don't like knowing who the enemy is.
You don't like?
No, because the enemy would expose himself. I don't have to know who he is. He'll tell me who he is.
How do you know who he is?
Excuse me?
How do you know who the enemy is?
I'm not clairvoyant or anything, but listen, you could detect your enemies. You could detect them. You feel in the room, your hair rise on your arm. You just know your enemy. At least I do.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Listen, everybody that helps you is not your friend. Everybody you fight is not your enemy. You have to remember that.
I like that.
No, that's real talk.
I asked you once. I think I was at. An
enemy who may be perceived as an enemy fighting with you and could be a friend.
Right.
But you have to perceive that, you have to be able to tell the details.
Like, who did you fight that was a friend of yours and you had to go in there and kill him? Holyfield?
I knew him since I was a kid. I knew a bunch of fighters I fought with since I was a kid. But this is business. Yeah. If that was my mother, I have to decimate her as well. Yeah. This is business. It's just business. Nothing personal.
So, and everybody agrees on that.
these are business people, and that's a form of business, having no feeling. Because once you have feelings, okay, you could live in an apartment, don't pay me this month, but maybe pay me next year, and then you're screwed. He's never going to pay rent.
And when you brought your feelings into the ring, did that interfere with your ability to win?
Absolutely, yeah. Because once your feelings are in the ring, you think about, wow, I don't want to get hit, I'm this and that, and you're apprehensive. And once you're apprehensive, it's over with.
Now, let me ask you, this is on the fight thing. I've always wondered if I could take a punch, okay? How does somebody, do you think I could take one?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
How does somebody get used to being hit?
It's all psychological. Most fighters been doing this since they're 9, 10 years old. They can do it in their sleep. Like, for instance, I would be in school, Cus would call me and say, "It's emergency at the house." I'm 15, 16 years, "It's emergency at the house." Boom, I come to the gym, I'm boxing the European champion, sparring, just to get in shape and become a better fighter.
But like, somebody said to me once, they said, look, you have to, what was it about? You have to be able to really hit, the first thing you have to learn is how to take a hit. Is that true?
That's not true.
No?
Boxing's about hitting and not being hit. That's boxing. That is boxing.
Is that similar to business?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not going to sign this contract, but I wait for this guy to come and I'll sign his contract. Right. But it's just a matter of time. Timing's everything, yeah.
So, Mike, what was the height of your career? Like, when you look at your 58 years, like, if you look back and scan 58, what was the highest point?
Losing to Buster Douglas. Yeah, that was the highest point in my life.
Why was that the highest?
Because I had to show something after that. I'm going to be one of these guys, as long as I'm winning, I'm doing good? No. You have to overcome adversity and win again. Well, he didn't fight me again, so I had to fight someone else for the title.
And then the next fight was what?
A good friend of mine, Henry Tillman. He's Olympic gold medal. And then I fought with...
Did you beat him?
Yes. He beat me twice in the amateurs, though. And I knocked him out in the pros. And Razor Rug, that's a real brutal fight for me. I broke my ribs, and that was just brutal.
How many times did you fight busted up? Were you always busted up?
No, probably I hurt my hand from training, but never from the fight.
But are you going into a fight with a busted hand?
No, I'm going in a fight with a winning spirit.
So it don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So you're telling me that you fought when you didn't feel like it. You fought when your emotions were down. You fought when you were depressed, and you fought when you were hurt.
Well, let me explain this. And these are people who they understand this. I have a fight coming up June 20th. Okay. Right now, I'm scared to death. But the closer it gets to the fight, the least nervous I become. And once it gets where I step in that ring, then it's all over. I'm not nervous anymore. I'm not scared anymore. He's going to be nervous and scared.
Well, I'm hoping that you're going to fuck Jake up. Because if anybody needs to be just spanked in public, that little bitch does.
Well, listen, I understand that too. But he beat everybody and he beat you too. Know why? Because you're talking about him. He got you all talking about him. He won. You're all talking about him. All the royal families all over the world are talking about this. Yes, all the politicians all over the world is talking about this. You guys the poorest people, you ever been outside of Beijing, like 5 hours outside Beijing, you see people radioactive, you see leprosy, you see so many things. They don't even have a television. They know my name, though. And, you know, I take that from an egotistic perspective, but in all actuality, how do they know who the hell I am if they don't have a television? That's what Francis told me. I never had a television, but I knew who Tyson was. And that's weird, right? I'm a normal guy. You know, I guess I'm famous, but I'm a normal guy. I like taking my kids to school. I like walking around the corner, smoking a joint or something. But it's just that everything I wanted, I received, and then sometimes that's more than I can anticipate. And sometimes my mentor, Cus D'Amato, always tell me, because I used to always say, I'm going to be the greatest fighter in the world. What happens if I win the title at 17? I'd probably be the greatest fighter ever. And he said, be careful what you wish for. You might get it. Wow, he was so right. He was so right, so right. So now I can't go outside, hang out no more, because I can't afford to get angry and get lawsuits and hit people and show people I'm a human being too and leave me alone. So I learned the root of just, hey, I love you, or hug, kiss, everything, even if I don't like, hey, brother, or everything that buried hatches, we're friends again. You know, and that's just how I go in life. I don't, I'm not like some people, like sometimes, my wife is everybody's friend, and I always say, a friend to everybody is the enemy to yourself. You have to have limits. Everybody can't be your friend. You can't be everybody's friend. And that's what I live by.
Mike, what are some of those things, like I'm sure everybody wants something from you. You know, everybody probably wants to do a deal with you, and they got a way to make you, and they're going to make you money, and they want to endorse something with you, or they want you to endorse.
I want to do things with everybody too if it works. Normally, people talk about business, and then you tell them to put it on paper, and all of a sudden they become ignorant. I don't know how to write or something. So everything's good verbally. Verbally is magnificent, but when it comes down to putting things on paper, you never see the paper.
And so who does that deal for you today? Do you look at it? Is it Kiki? Is it lawyers?
I have lawyers. I have such an array of people that look over me now that I never have.
But does it feel good to you, and you go with what feels good to you, or you got to, like, how do you look at a deal and say, I want to do this, I want to do something with Grant, I feel good about him, I want to do business with him?
Well, listen,
or not.
I'm big about partnerships. If you're going to do anything with anybody, let's become partners. Let's get to know each other. I might not like you a year or 6 months from now. Right now, we all want this deal, so we're going to be as nice to each other as possible. But other than that, show me your character. Take me over your house. Come over my house and meet my family. Let them read you. Let your family read me. And then if we can become friends from a business perspective, let's do it. If it works, let's do it. If it makes dollars, it makes sense, so to speak, right?
I had Tyler Perry here yesterday. You know Tyler?
That must have been awesome, huh?
Dude,
so intelligent, no?
He's amazing.
Ooh.
Okay, so he said he took 7 years to sell his Broadway play. Like, he did it for 7 years, funded it for 7 years before it ever worked. And he said in those 7 years, he was building this public, what was it? A group that support, a base. How important is that Mike Tyson base, the people that love you, to your brand today?
Oh, to my brand?
Yeah, to your brand.
Oh, it's inconceivable how much they balance me out in my whole situation as far as business is concerned. I couldn't do it without them. As far as the business perspective, I used to look at it that I'm the product. I look at life, I'm the product, and how I'm going to sell myself.
Yeah.
Not how they're going to sell me, how I'm going to sell myself.
Yeah.
And I always did that well.
You see yourself as the product.
I am a product.
He's a product.
I'm the pretty woman in the room everybody wants to sleep with.
Yeah, yeah.
No, serious. I look at myself like that. I really do.
Elena, I'm the pretty man all the women want to sleep with.
Well,
talking to my wife back
that's
there.
cool too, but that'll get me in trouble if I say that.
Yeah.
So I keep it to the woman.
Yeah, you're right. So, how to the product, okay, how important is the marketing of that product?
Well,
telling the story of it.
Well, listen, what more do I need but myself to be marketed? I don't need to market jeans. I can market myself. People market me. Hey, I'm very fortunate. I'm my own business.
Yeah. Because now, if you had not been successful, would you be a business?
I can't imagine not being successful. You said something I can't even fathom. I don't even fuck.
Stop it.
Shit.
That's why I love this guy.
I was born for this.
Bro, you.
No, God got me out of the sewer system to do this. I've never seen anybody poorer than my family till I went to Africa or Mexico. Other than that, I'm the poorest person I ever met in my family.
You think it was destiny?
Absolutely.
Or do you think you went and grabbed it?
No, I think it was ordained by God. No doubt about it. I don't think much of myself.
But what if you wouldn't have done the training? Mike?
Excuse me?
What if you didn't do the training? What if you didn't show up for the fights? What if you didn't win?
It was all involved with the package God gave me. This is what you're gonna do, Mike, and that's what I did. No, really. What's wrong with you, man?
Well, I need a prediction. I didn't get a prediction on Jake. What happens?
Hey guys, it's gonna be interesting, I'm sure. You're gonna enjoy it.
I need a prediction.
Mike Tyson successful, victorious. You know, today is my
I'm trying to
holy
I'm
holiday.
trying to get a clickbait.
This is Ramadan, so I can't say what I truly feel. No, because
Part of the contract?
no, it's my contract with God. For 30 days.
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
Well, it's Ramadan. You know, we have 30 days fasting, praying, and no disrespectful stuff come out of your mouth and all that stuff. That's why I can't say what I'm gonna do to Jake, really. Right now.
Okay. But you're gonna be successful.
Absolutely.
Good.
I see that happen.
You told me once at your house, I didn't finish the story. I said, Mike, what made the difference? And you said, a mentor.
Absolutely. Without a mentor, if you have a bad mentor, you're going to be a bad student. If you have a good mentor, you have a good student. That's what I believe.
And had you not had Cus, had Cus not come along?
No, it's never. It can't be like if I didn't have it. It was meant by God. It's not going to happen. I don't even think like that. No, this is what happened. I don't look at myself as failing. If I wasn't with Cus, I'm going to fail.
But would there have been somebody else?
No, I'm ordained by God to meet the master. The master. It was no fair to the other fighters. I had the master. It was really unfair.
So that means me and you are supposed to be together right now.
Absolutely, 100%.
Now, tell me, what year was the tattoo and why did you do it? What was wrong with you that day? What the fuck? You got nothing to do. Mike's driving around LA. I know you were in LA.
I always wanted, no, I got it in Vegas, but I always wanted a tattoo. A real, I don't know, resounding one, so to speak. And this guy, I wanted to put something else. He said, I'm not going to put that on your face. And I said, what do you think you should put? He said, he said, come back in a week and I'll figure it out. So he made a tribal tattoo and he put it on my face. Yeah, it's beautiful.
You were in Vegas?
Yes.
And when you left Vegas, you went to LA, because I saw you the first week you had it.
Yes.
You're riding down Sunset Boulevard.
Absolutely.
Okay? Everybody was talking about it, the whole world. What's happened to Mike Tyson?
Hey, check this out. They were talking about it, wasn't they?
Okay, so you guys know how I feel about people talking about you, right? Good or bad, is it important that people are talking about you regardless? Whether it's good or bad?
Well, it's your perception of good and bad.
Yeah.
Well, they called me bad names, this and that, but they paid the money to get in the seat. You know? I'm a bad guy, he's this and that. Let me see him. Let me probably see him lose. Let me see him be a bad guy. Maybe after the fight he might bite somebody's ear again. And you leave people in suspense, and that's why the whole world is watching me perform.
What advice would you give people here? Because I see you as a very authentic, transparent, like, no, you're not putting any kind of like, you're Mike Tyson.
Okay.
Like, you're yourself.
I'm gonna say something very simple. All of us have adversities in our life. We lose people and everything. But my situation was, I want to be up more than anybody in the world want me to be down. So that's why I'm right here talking to him. Because I don't let nobody bring me down. No one can bring me down. They can shoot me, they can put me in prison, but they can't stop me from being the greatest at what I do.
And how important should the people in the room make that a goal to be
Well, that's going to be very simple. Don't give up. You know how many disappointments these guys had before they got in these seats? And the ones that didn't get in these seats, that gave up, they know those people too, huh? Y'all know the people that gave up too, that should be in the seat with you. But that's what, always the best don't always accomplish what you think. He's not always the winner. The best is not always the winner. That's what I realized in life. I realized that in life. Because he's better than you, that don't mean he's going to be the winner.
You're saying the most talented won't always win the game.
Not always, no.
Do you think you were the most talented?
No.
You don't?
I think I was the most hungriest. I wanted it more than anybody. I wanted success more than I wanted my happiness. Really.
Wait, say that again? Just say
I
that.
wanted my success more than I want my happiness. I would give up my happiness to be me. Unfortunately, I didn't have to do that, but I would.
Now, in that first 20 years, I mean, you made a lot of money.
Yeah.
What happened to that money? You and I talked about it at Cardone Capital.
I blew it all. I had so many girls. I bought houses for them. I bought cars for them. And for my friends that worked for me, I bought a house. I was a maniac. But how many people you know could blow money like that for 20 years? No, really. No tax paying and everything. 20 years
You pay
gone.
taxes?
No fucking way. Why would I pay taxes? Are you out of your fucking mind? God damn. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry. Yes, said something. Pay taxes. Well, back then, taxes, I didn't understand taxes. I didn't care about them either. No, listen.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just knew I'm gonna make. Listen, if I went busted, I'm out on the street, I'm on cocaine, I may have one leg, I'll do it again. I'll make that money again. Because once you do it one time, you could do it over and over and over again.
Now, do you look back on that? Okay, my kids are watching backstage.
Yeah.
Okay, I went from 15 years old to 25, train wreck, 10 years, stupidity, complete sewer, streets, terrible. Made a lot of mistakes. If I could go back and reverse those 10 years, I would. Would you reverse yours? If you could.
I think about that sometimes. I think about the ex-girlfriends I had, they're prestigious and all that stuff. I think about the money I made, and without that, I wouldn't be me today.
Yeah.
So I have to accept that in my life.
But when you come back, you believe in the comeback? You believe you're coming back?
Absolutely.
I believe I'm coming back.
Absolutely.
For sure. So, would you do that again, though, next time?
Well, no, I wouldn't do that. But trust me, I would give a lot of people money and stuff, but I wouldn't wreck my life like I did, you know. But this is the interesting part. This is the very interesting part that I found out about myself that I didn't know. People looked at me. Don't matter if I have money or have billions of dollars, I'm still Mike. I've always been treated without any money, homeless, the way I was treated as the champ. I've never been treated less than who I was when I was champ.
So the money didn't make you any different?
No way. No. Only thing that bothers me about the money is that I lost everybody I loved and care about over it. Over my money, I lost the people I love more than anything. Now they're attacking me. They can't get money no more. But anyway, I was just saying, this is how people work. And I'm sure you guys have that too. Somebody you may have been taken care of, and it must have been, it had to be time to stop, and they still want to be taken care of. You know, and it's funny that human nature is like that. One man wants another man to take care of him as if he's his girlfriend or his children. And that's out in the world too. That's something we have to deal with as well.
How important has money been to your game, though? Like, what would you say the importance in the money and the stack of things that are important? Happiness, family, health?
Yes, my health and my family. That's my bane. You know, my job is to just take care of my family. You know, sometimes me being who I am, it's a narcotics. It's contagious. People get hooked on. You may have your daughter, you may have your mother, you may have your wife, you may have your uncle. They want to be famous now. Yeah. All right? So I put my daughter through this test. In order to do this stuff, you have to be ready to give up a lot of stuff. Like, she may have to be ready to stop hanging out with your daughter in order to accomplish her success. To understand that people only want to be with you if you're successful. You know, now if you bombing out, your friends who you have now, they don't want to hang out with you. They want to be with winners because they're winners. And that's how I do. I stick with the winners. I don't stick with the losers anymore.
And what would you say to me and to the audience and to the hundreds of thousands of people online about cutting the losers out?
Well, listen, look at this. This is what I learned. If these people don't have a purpose in your life, then what the hell are they doing in your life? Right? If they don't have a purpose, why are they in your life? Why? What are you doing? Some people like strays or fleas, so they can't help it. You know, some people had fleas and they still itching and they want guys with fleas with them or women with fleas with them. And that's just some lack of love stuff. You know, I found us self-love is not buying yourself a Rolls Royce. Self-love is buying somebody else a Rolls Royce. That's what I learned in life. So when people say, oh, you bought this guy. No, I'm just loving myself, brother. I'm getting all this back from the prophet. You never know, this guy, this homeless woman, this alcoholic man, this dope fiend, that might be a prophet testing me. You know, so that's why I always get money. I say, oh, I'm always going through these tests. I know my ass might get broke if I don't give anything. So I'm trying to buy my way into heaven pretty much, you know? Like, hey, you need that? Hey, what you need? You need that? You need that? I know I can't do that, but
I thought you were coming back. I thought you were coming back.
Coming back from what?
You said you're coming back for another life. So,
well, listen,
just in case there is a heaven.
So far, well, I must have been in heaven a bunch of times because this is my 10th life right now. You know,
10x.
10x, yeah. This is my 10th life right now.
Man, I'm just so impressed with you.
Imagine a guy like me didn't have time for his baby, didn't see his babies really grow, and they're bitter from that. So I have to work over and over again as an older man to try to earn the respect. Forget the love, just the respect for my children. And I'm doing well on that. With the help of my wife. Without my wife, it would never happen. Because I'm just...
She's amazing, by the way.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Your daughter's amazing. Your daughter that I met.
Oh, my wife is such a pain in the butt, but I'd rather have her than anybody in the world. I'd rather be in the sewage with her than in a mansion with anyone else. Yeah.
What advice do you have to the wives in the room for being married to maniacs like you and me?
They were made for it. Their father might have been a maniac. That's why they're so good in handling us. No doubt about it. Our wife their whole objective is to pretty much dissect our flaws. You know, my wife, I could be in this room right here. We're all talking. All of us. How many people in here? 4,500? How many people you have here?
4,500.
All right, so listen. We're all talking. All of us talking right now. My wife can hear my voice with 45,000 people in the room. And, oh, you think that girl is hot, huh? What? How did you hear me when you... All 45,000 people, you know, that's just what it is. Their whole mind, their whole biology is attached to your voice, everything you do, and that's their job, to detect us or find out all our flaws, find out everything that we're capable of doing. They read us. They're like, look, your wife knows all your flaws, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's just how it is.
She knows the flaws I don't even have.
Yeah, they make them up. Sometimes they get paranoid and make them up.
You know shit about me that ain't even true now. Like, what does the term 10x mean to you?
The highest you can go. 10 extra large, 10 exciting. It's just the highest you can go in life, the 10x. What does it mean to you? We're listening, come on. We want to know, right?
Well, I'm looking at 10x right now.
Huh?
I'm looking at 10x right now.
No.
Mike Tyson.
No, don't blame me. No, you. What is 10x?
Mike, 10x means
you created it.
10x is a ripple. It's a ripple effect. It never ends. It keeps expanding. Like your career. Like, see, to me, Mike Tyson is not impressive because he had a boxing career, but because he's had, 45 years of success. And failure, and success, and failure, and success, and failure, and never quitting.
Failure never stops. You never stop failing. You never stop rising. It's just the way life is, up and down, up and down.
But do you think, but at the end is you're going up.
Yeah.
You're not really going down. Like, no, it's not a roller coaster.
Exactly.
You agree?
But this is what I've learned too from people. The distance from the Rolls Royce and the gutter is just one step. I could always make them a step. That one step could put me back in the gutter.
Do you worry, but you're not careful about the one step?
Oh, yes, I am.
You are?
Yes, I am.
Okay, but it seems to me like you live pretty free. Like you're not too worried. You're not worried about going to the gutter, though, right?
No, but now that I have a family and a wife and my babies, and I don't have to be there no more.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's time for me to make sure they don't slip and go down there. You know, because they're not going to be able to survive what I survived.
You don't think they will? You don't
What I
think they will?
survived will kill most people.
100%. Now, what advice would you give my two girls back there?
Excuse me?
What advice would you give my two girls?
To listen to you and her mother.
Listen to me. What advice would you give Grant Cardone?
Just that you're beautiful and keep it going, brother. You know, as far as this concerned, as far as 10X, this is your business, you're flawless in that. But look, you know, we have to look at other parts of life where we're not that perfect at and develop them at the same degree that 10X is.
And Mike, like, I know how much Cus meant to you, right? And Kiki was telling me backstage what he meant to you. When you lost him, how hard was that?
It wasn't good. I was a young kid. I was 18 years old that happened. And he used to always say, I'm not going to be around, so you have to listen to me. Remember what I tell you, because I'm not going to be around. Because he was 77 when he died. He had cancer. But he wasn't afraid of death. He just wanted me to remember what he told me. You know, he said, listen, you're the greatest fighter in the history of the world. Listen, I'm only 18. He said, you're the greatest fighter in the history of the world. There's never going to be a fighter like you, but you have to fight. Because when he was dying, I said, I'm not going to fight anymore. He said, what? He said, if anybody could ever come back from life and haunt somebody, I will come back and haunt you. That's what he told me on his deathbed. I was only 18, but he would tell the doctor, hey, this is the heavyweight champ of the world. He never allowed me not to think that and believe that. Never allowed me. I never said the word can't. As a young kid, my whole career, I never used the word can't. No, that's real talk.
And would Cus be proud of you today? Right now, as you sit here right now?
He would be proud how I conduct myself with my family. That would be great, you know. And he would be so happy that I'm fighting right now at my age, because he believed you can fight as long as you want if you have the desire and the willpower and you take care of yourself. That's why health is your first wealth, because, listen, let's just keep it real. Who else can do this at 58? No. Who at 58 could have all the royal families in the world, all the poorest countries in the world, people that can't speak my language, people that don't have television, know who I am. I know that's just what it is. I know it sounds overwhelming, it even sounds egotistical a little, but it blows my mind. It just blows my mind. You see somebody with a mongoloid, forgive me, or somebody that's very sick, leprosy or somebody, and they can't even see television, but they know who I am. They can't hear, but they know who I am. Isn't that crazy? They can't hear and see, but they know who I am.
Dude, everybody knows you.
Hey, that's scary.
Yeah, I know, but it's an inspiration too. It's an inspiration because you have taken fame and not screwed it up. Like, you continue to rebirth. And I think Mike Tyson, the reason I had him here today, guys, is because he shows you that you can extend life. This guy should have been done at 23.
No, it wasn't meant to be. I can't say that. It was meant to be the way it is now. It's not.
I can't.
I know, really.
Now, how many of you think he made it be that way? Come on, man.
No, listen, man. It has nothing to do with me. It all has to do with God, Allah. It has nothing to do with me.
But you did it.
Huh?
But you did it.
He designed me to do it.
Okay.
Everybody always takes God. Without him, without the energy of God, I'm nothing. The universe of God, because I don't know if he's a woman or man, but the universe of God, the universe picked me out from the sewer system, cleaned me up, and still dirty though, but cleaned me up. And say, this is who you're gonna be. Your family, you live a disgraced life, so I'm gonna make you supersede your disgraced life into a happy life. You know, because at first, when I met Cus, I was ashamed. I was ashamed of my family. I was ashamed of how I've lived like a pig, an animal, condemned building, just a monster. Watching people die, watching people get raped in the hallway. And I know both of the people. They're both but you just watch people hurt each other all day. That's what you do. You watch people die. You watch people have bad wounds. You watch people get put in ambulance. You watch people get put in police cars. You watch people get beaten by police. You watch people get shot by police. And thanks to Cus, I didn't have to deal with that. I can help people that's going through that now. Because God created broken people like me to pretty much save broken people like me.
And me. You saved me. Okay, last question. This is not for me. This is not for the audience. Sabrina wants to know this.
Okay.
You ready?
Big time.
What does an ear taste like?
It depends on what ear you're biting.
The left ear.
You know.
It's the left one, right?
It was the left one.
I was there that
I thought I did the right one too. Remember I did it twice or 3 times?
Yeah. Now, did you know you were going to do it, or was
I had no idea.
God did that.
Huh?
God did that?
Yeah. Oh, you're laughing? Now listen, right? That fight I had with a van, I bit his ear. They fined me $3 million, right? $3 million out of the 30, right? Just taking pictures biting somebody's ear, I made twice that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, come on.